Hi, I'm Zoe. I'm the other half of Dark Side Redefined, and today we are in our garage with mine, the Wr250 4-stroke 2004 model. She's got a few miles on her, but we're going to give her an uplift and hopefully get her running smoothly, especially since we're at an MX track tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to run through a few things on the bike that I'm going to tackle on my own. Obviously I'm going to be using Matt as my guidance, but neither of us are mechanics. We're getting a lot of the stuff straight from the manual, but if I can do it, so can you. So starting off, we've noticed that the forks have been leaking oil. This bike has been in transit for quite a while, so a lot of compression down on the forks. So we're going to take off this fairing, give her a little clean up and check the seals. So the WR is an enduro bike, and as you can see, set up with lights on the front. I'm actually going to strip these lights out, lose a little bit of weight and replace it with the MX front to it. I do intend to be doing green laning, but if I'm honest, in the light's going to be hard enough, let alone in the dark. Obviously looking at her overall, she's looking a little tired, so I bought a new plastics kit from UFO, and I will fit that, but I'm going to wait until I've had a few falls first, just to make sure I'm not snapping my new plastics from the beginning. Up here on the handlebars then, I'm going to just change this out mainly because I don't like the colour. I'm also going to change the grips out. I will get wraparounds, make sure I've got a bit of protection. I will replace the oil and the oil filter on the other side of the bike, make sure it's running fresh. As you can see, we've got some rusty chain link here, so new chain and sprocket, get her looking fresh. So the medium tyres that we've got on at the moment, they're not road legal, so these will be fine for the MX track going on tomorrow, but when I get into the green laning, obviously I want to make sure the bike's road legal, so I will be swapping these out for some road tyres. Likely to chuck in some mousses when we're doing the enduro, just to avoid any unnecessary delays by having to do dealing with any punctures. Checking the brake lever out, it's got quite a lot of resistance here, but just to make sure the bike's fresh, I will do a brake bleed, as it's easy enough to do. When stripping down the plastics, going to do a coolant change. Again, easy enough. Coolant will probably last for about 2 years, but this bike's been in the sun, so probably due some new coolant. Final thing on the bike I want to do is adjust it a little bit to suit my height. I'm 5'5". I know there's some short riders out there who are amazing at shifting their weight over either side of the bike. This has an electric start, so that makes it easier from the get-go, but whilst I'm getting my confidence on the bike, I'd quite like to be able to touch the floor just a little bit with my boots on. This job's a little bit too big for me, so when I take it to go and get MOT'd, I'm also going to get the suspension lowered at the front and maybe looking about getting the seat carved out. I only need to gain maybe 1-2 inches, or maybe I should just ride the Pee-wee. What do you think, honey?
Might need to upgrade the suspension.
Savage. We're not going to get all of that done today, ready for the MX track tomorrow. So we're going to focus on a couple of the things. And first off, we're going to do the chain and sprocket. D.S.R disclaimer, it's been a long time since either of us, I've not ever done one, since Matt has done a chain and sprocket. So bear with us on this chain and sprocket. Matt will be doing a proper how-to for the chain and sprocket at a later date on his KTM. It's a new day, we're back in the garage. The GoPro ran out of battery last night, but we ended up fitting the new rear sprocket, the new front sprocket, and as you can see, we've got to put the new chain in. One of the other things I didn't mention yesterday was this front brake. It's obviously snapped off. Gonna replace that before we take it to the track later.
Yeah, Pete.
Showtime. So there we have it. We've got the Wr250 riding, new chain and sprocket fitted, and as you can see, I'm brushing off the cobwebs and getting out there. I have to admit, I found the bike pretty heavy. I struggled in the ruts, but you'll see all of that on the next video, where you'll see some of the awesome 1MX track as well. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the like and that subscribe button.